Hi, Mark Donovan here, and today I'm going to go over the topic of instrument currency requirements. When you get your instrument rating, it's important to understand that you must maintain currency in order to actually go out and fly IFR flight plans and fly in IMC conditions under an IFR flight plan. And today I'm going to go over the key items that you have to make sure that you do in terms of maintaining your currency and how you must log it in your logbook to show proof that you are current. All right, let's get into it. Instrument currency requirements. So recent flight experiences defined or described in 14 Code of Federal Regulations 61.57. So first, to act as a pilot in command of any aircraft, you must have a flight review completed every 24 calendar months, and it should be in your logbook. To carry passengers as a pilot in command, you must have logged 3 landings within the last 90 days. At night, defined by 1 hour after sunset to 1 hour before sunrise, those 3 landings must be done during this period of night to a full stop. And if you're in a tailwheel aircraft, those landings must also be to a full stop, whether it be day or night. Continuing on, to act as a pilot in command under IFR with an IFR flight plan or in less than VFR weather conditions under an IFR flight plan, you must have logged, within the preceding 6 calendar months, you must have logged 6 instrument approaches, holding procedures and tasks, intercepting and tracking courses with the use of electronic navigation systems. And so this information, these approaches, holds, intercepting, tracking courses, has to be clearly logged in your logbook. You can perform these procedures under simulated instrument conditions, wearing foggles or some type of other view limiting device, or on a simulator or in actual instrument meteorological conditions. You may do this in any combination of an aircraft, full flight simulator, flight training device, or aviation training device. However, if you're doing it on a simulator, it must be an FAA-approved simulator with an unexpired letter of authorization. If a pilot fails to maintain currency for more than 6 calendar months, the pilot can reestablish currency by doing an IPC, or Instrument Proficiency Check. Tasks required for the IPC can be found in the Instrument Rating Airman Certificate Standards, or ACS, Appendix 1. The IPC can be performed via a few different people. You can find that out in 61.57D/3, or I'm just going to show you right here. It can be done by an examiner, a person authorized by the U.S. Armed Forces to conduct instrument flight tests, provided the person being tested is a member of the U.S. Armed Forces, a company check pilot who is authorized to conduct instrument flight tests under Part 121, 125, or 135 of this chapter, or Subpart K of Part 91 of this chapter, or by a DP FAA-approved examiner to conduct instrument practical tests. And then lastly, an authorized instructor, or CFII, which is what most IFR pilots choose to do or use for conducting their IPC or having their IPC done. All right, let's do some example questions. These are questions that you could anticipate seeing on an IFR FAA knowledge exam. So question 1, an instrument-rated pilot is planning a flight under IFR on July 10th this year. Before conducting the flight, the pilot must have performed and logged the prescribed task and repetitions required for instrument currency no later than January 1st of this year. This means they need to show in their logbook no later than January 1st of this year 6 approaches, holds, and course, intercept, and tracking, and all of those 3 types of things must be shown and logged in their logbook. Question 2. A pilot's recent IFR experience expires on July 1st of this year. What is the latest date the pilot can meet the IFR experience requirement without having to take an IPC? Answer, December 31st this year. So if their recent IFR experience expires on July 1st, the 6-month grace period, if you will, for having an IPC starts on July 1st. So they've got to get it done by the end of the year, December 31st, or else they're going to have to go through an IPC. Record keeping, pilot logbook, per 14 CFR 61.51. You may log your flights anywhere, including on a napkin, but I wouldn't recommend it. However, preferred methods are using a paper logbook or electronic logbook. You are only required to log training and aeronautical experience towards a certificate or rating, and aeronautical experience to show recent flight experience/currency, which is something we just want to make sure we do for our IFR currency so that we can avoid having to do an IPC. More specifics on how to log flights and simulated time can be found under 14 Code of Federal Regulations 61.51. And then lastly, additional information about logging instrument approach procedures can be found under FAA Information for Operators, INFO 5012. So those are the IFR currency requirements that you must make sure that you do and log in your logbook to maintain your IFR rating privileges. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you get notified on my next video.